we continue our lecture with part 4 of chapter 4, which is magnetic circuit. Okay, this part is require a lot of calculation, so you have to be careful. So as you can see here, this is a magnetic circuit which consists of the winding and the core. Then this magnetic device is converted into a equivalent magnetic circuit like this. It's almost similar to electrical circuit. All the law can be applied except for the magnetomotive circuit is F. Okay, a magnetomotive force is F. Flux represent the current and reluctance represent the resistance. Reluctance can be write as like this or can be write as S. Reluctance S. So here are an example. Okay, as you can see here, this is the circuit and there are gap. So you can see that this is one reluctance, which is the core reluctance, and this is the gap reluctance. So you will have a RC and RG, which is R core and reluctant core and gap reluctant. Okay, this one is magnetomotive force, and because this is just a series circuit, so only one circuit. Okay, in your syllabus it's more focused on a series circuit, so you don't have to worry about a parallel or a series or parallel circuit. Okay, for this question you can see that for this magnetic circuit, n equal to 400 means that the number of winding here is 400 turns, and the mean core length is 50 cm. Okay, mean core length means that this one. Okay, the core length, don't include this one. They said that the core length, not the circumference or all. So only the core is 50 cm. Okay, means that the center measurement, you can see that the outer side is longer than the inner side, so we use the center, which is mean core length. It's called mean core length. And the air gap has 1 millimeter gap, and the cross section area is AC equals to AG, means that the cross section here is similar to the air gap. Cross section of the core is similar to the air gap, means that it doesn't consider the fringing effect, and equals to 15 cm squared. And relative permeability of the core is 3000, which means that this core has mu r equals to 3000. And for gap, make sure that you know that mu r is equals to 1 for any non-magnetic material like wood or ceramic or paper or air. This is 1. And this also consider that I equal to 1. This is the current here is 1 ampere. So the question is find the flux density in the air gap. Okay, flux density is B. So B can are different for this one and this one. Okay, different area, different B. So now we move on to the solution. So when you're dealing with a magnetic circuit, you have to make sure that all the unit is a standard unit or SI unit. So the area is 15 cm squared, means that you have to convert it to a meter squared. So 15 cm squared equal to, okay, this is 15 meter squared. Okay, multiply by 1 meter squared divided by 1000. 10,000. Okay. Okay, how to do this is 1 cm to 100 cm is equal to 1 meter, so 100. Okay, so because it is square, you have to put 2 times. Okay, try to remember how to convert this, and then this is the area. Okay, this is A equals to. Now for the length of core, LC equals to 50 cm, okay, mean core length. So this one is actually wrong. It should be only 50 cm. This one is 0.5. Okay, 0.5. So maybe this value is not too okay. So, and the gap also you have to change from millimeter to meter. So after you complete converting the SI unit, you have to calculate the magnetic circuit. Okay, first thing you have to know is what is the F, magnetomotive force. Okay, the magnetomotive force, how to calculate it is just F equal to Ni, number of turn multiplied by current. 400 multiplied by 1 is 400 ampere turn. Next thing you have to do is calculate the core reluctance. You can use R, curvy R, or you can use S to represent reluctance. So equals to length of core divided by mu naught mu RC. Okay, you can see that there are two mu R, relative permeability. Okay, so this the air is 1 and the core is, you can see here, is 3000. Yeah, okay, relative permeability of the core mu RC. Okay, so just insert the value and you get the reluctance. The unit is AT over Weber, ampere turn Weber. After you complete find the reluctance of the core, you have to find the reluctance of the air gap. So you also use the same formula, length of air gap divided by mu naught permeability, relative permeability of the air is 1, always 1. Okay, and the area, okay, needs to be in SI unit. So also you get the answer. Okay, try to make sure that the reluctance of the gap is usually larger. Sometimes it's much smaller, but usually it is larger. So RT equals to RC plus R gap. This is just a series circuit. Okay, when you involve a series circuit, the resistance in electrical, the resistance is just plus. For magnetic circuit is also the same. Just add it for series circuit. So add the reluctance, then you get this value. Then use like a Ohm's law. Flux equals to F. F is like a voltage, okay, divided by RT, which is like a resistance, reluctance. So like a Ohm's law, you get the flux. Okay, after you get the flux, then you divide the area of the core. Oh, sorry, this one is flux density F at the air gap. Means that you have to use the area of the air gap. But because there is no fringing effect, it doesn't consider. So the air gap is equals to the AG. See here, okay. So you get the answer, which is in Tesla. Now for B, okay, inductance of the coil, just you use the formula, which is L equals to N flux over A. So N is 400, flux is, you calculate here, okay, and A. So this is, just insert the value and you get the answer. L inductor is in Henry. Okay, so we move on to the next example. Example 1. Okay. Okay, you can see that toroid. Toroid is just a round shaped core. Okay, it's called toroid. Has 200 turns, which means the winding is 200. Over the wooden ring. Wooden ring is a non-magnetic material, so mu R, okay, the permeability is 1. Having the mean circumference of 600 millimeter, means that at the center is 1. The mean circumference 600 millimeter and uniform cross section of 500 millimeter square. Okay, this is the cross section here. Okay, make sure that you convert this value into a SI unit. Then the current go through the toroid. Okay, the current is 4 ampere. Okay, calculate the magnetic field, the flux density, and the total flux. So the first one is, okay, magnetic field strength. So N is, okay, just extract all the information and convert it to the SI unit. Then for A is just use the formula, which is the hash equals to magnetic field strength is hash. Just use the formula F divided by L and I divided by L. So given the current, given the ampere turn, okay, divide by the length also given. Okay, then you get the answer. Next, the flux density. Okay, because the the wooden, as I mentioned before, the wooden ring is permeability has 1. So B equal to mu naught mu R hash. Just use the formula, you get the answer. Okay, mu1 mu R, this is the hash. Okay, and the last one, the total flux. Okay, flux equals to BA. So you know B, okay, you calculate B, and the area you know also the given, so you get the answer, which is 1 milliweber. Now we move on to the second example. Okay, now the difference is the mu R. Okay, the relative permeability is 500. So you have to, for A doesn't change anything, but for B, okay, you can see that mu is changed to 500 and the answer is changed. This one also changed because B changed and we get 0.4 Weber. Now we move on to the third example. Okay, you have similar with the example 7. Okay, the first one. Okay, you have two material, which is the gap, which is the air, and the core. Calculate the magnetomotive force F required to produce flux of 0.015 Weber. Okay, across the air gap. So the flux at air gap, okay, have the effective area of 200 cm squared, and the length of C, this one should be small capital. LC is 200 and mu R is 1000. Mu R is for this core, not the air. Air is always 1. So we look at the solution. So you have to find the reluctance of the core. Okay, the length is given, see, 20 cm. So don't forget to convert it. So also the area is given 200 cm squared, you have to convert it also. Then you get the reluctance here. Then you calculate the reluctance at the gap. Okay, you calculate it, also you get the answer. Don't forget mu R is equals to 1, and the area is the same because there is no fringing effect. If they mention there is no fringing effect, just assume the area is the same. Okay, now find the magnetomotive force. Just apply the formula F equal to flux RT. Flux is already given, which is 0.015 Weber. Okay, and the R total, okay, total reluctance is, you just add the core reluctance and the gap reluctance because it is in series. Okay, just add it, then you get the answer. So we look at example, the next example, which is example 4. Okay, for this case, okay, before I proceed, there is also a question that involve different type of core. So there are 3 core. So same as a gap, you have to add 3 type of core, which is mu R is different. Okay, see, you have 3 reluctant. So your mu R will be different for each reluctant. Okay, now we continue with example 4. Okay, example, a magnetic circuit comprised of 3 parts in series. Each is uniform cross section, which means that area is the same. Each uniform cross section. Oh, means that there is different for every part. Okay, you have part A is 80 millimeter and area is 50 millimeter square. Okay, part B 60 millimeter, 90 millimeter square, and the air gap is 0.5 millimeter and 150 millimeter square. This one, okay, this one is considered as fringing effect because it's not the same. Okay, a coil of 4000 turn, okay, n equal to 4000 is wound at part B, so wound here, okay, and the flux density of the air gap, okay, which is here, BC, is equal to 0.3 Tesla. Assuming that all the flux passing through the given circuit, okay, means then there is no flux leakage. Okay, so your syllabus doesn't consider flux leakage, so just consider all the flux is the same, is in the circuit, and the relative permeability is 3000, means that all the material here is the same. Mu r equals to 1300. Estimate the coil current to produce the flux density. So they want you to find the current. So now we look at the solution. For example 4. First, you have to calculate the reluctance. Okay, 1 divided by mu naught mu r, because the material is the same, you can take it out. Okay, take out, and but only the area and the length is different, so much easier for you to calculate. You don't have to calculate one by one. So 1300 taken from here. Okay, this one, take the value, don't forget to change it to the SI unit. 0.08, which is 80 millimeter. 60, okay, here 0.0005. Make sure your conversion is correct. Then the area also, this one you have to be careful. You have to divide by 1000 2 times. So 1500 divided by 1000 divided by 1000, you get the answer. And you get the reluctance. So at the air gap, okay, it said that at the air gap, the flux density, okay, which is B, is 0.3 Tesla. So based on this, you can get the flux, which is BC multiplied by A, area of the air gap, which is at C. Okay, 0.3 multiplied by 1.3, 1.5 multiplied by 10 power of negative 4, which is the area of the gap at C. Then after you get the flux, you can calculate the magnetomotive force. Okay, F equals to flux R. You already calculate the R, you get the flux, you get this. Then after that, you can get the current. Okay, I equals to F divided by N. N is number of turn. Okay, just apply all the formula, you get the answer, which is 15.64 milliampere. Be careful with the unit. Okay, F equal is ampere turn. Okay, flux is Weber. So we continue with example 5. In this magnetic system show, two sides are thicker than the other side. The depth of the cord is 10 cm. So be careful, sometimes they don't give the area, so you have to calculate on your own. So they give depth, okay, 10 cm. Okay, for this one example, okay, the wide, the 15, and the thickness is 10. So you have to multiply 15 multiplied by 10, you get the area. Okay, the area needs to be perpendicular to the flux, so the flux will flow here to here. So the flux is flowing like here, right here, so means that the cross section is here. so you have to be careful how to calculate the cross section. So for this one is 15, for this one is 15 multiplied by 10, which is the depth here. For this side, the cross section, which is perpendicular to the flux, okay, flux flow like this. This is the cross section is 10 cm multiplied by 10 cm, the depth of the core. This one, okay, because flux flow like here, the cross section is here. So 15 multiplied by 10. Okay, this one also, okay, because the flux is flowing here, it is perpendicular, just cross section here, which is 10, okay, multiplied by 10. And then for the length, for this one is, okay, 25, okay, 25 here to here. Then you have to take half, because mean length, so at the center, so 25, then plus 5, then plus 5, which is 35. And then for this case, for this length, you have to be 25 cm, okay, plus 15 divided by 2, okay, and then plus 50 divided by 2, because you want to take the center. For this one, okay, 25 plus 10 divided by 2, and then plus 10 divided by 2. Same here, you have to use the mean length. Okay, so sometimes they don't give the length and the area, so you have to imagine yourself how to get the answer. Okay, you have to draw the flux first to know where is the length. Okay, length usually are parallel with the flux. Okay, if the flux flow here, the length also here. Okay, but for the cross section is perpendicular. So how to do this? Okay, this in this slide, the solution is given. Okay, so it's divided into two parts, because you can see here, this is the thin one, this is the thick one. Okay, so the thick one is 70 cm, okay, or 0.7 meter. How to do this is the thick one, okay, which is this part and this part. Okay, you can see that 25 plus 5, only half, and plus 5 is 35. Then because there are two sides here and here, multiply by 2 for all. That's why it becomes 70 cm or 0.7 meter. Okay, now is this one is mu naught. Okay, if you don't use your calculator, you can use 4 pi 10 multiplied by negative 7. Okay, mu r is, okay, the mu r is given, which is 2000. Okay, only one mu r because only one core, there is no gap. For thin one is 80. For the area is 15 or 10. Okay, 15 multiplied by 10. Okay, you can see here, okay, because the flux move like this, the cross section is like this. So 15 multiplied by 10, which is the thickness. So 15, 10, 10 power of negative 4, because it is in cm. So negative 2 and negative 2, so negative 4. So for the thin one, 80 cm. So 80 cm, you can see here 25 plus 15 divided by 2 plus 15 divided by 2, which is 40. Okay, 40 because there are two sides here and here, it become 80. Okay, same here, mu r is given. Okay, this one is mu naught 10 multiplied by 10 as shown before. Okay, because this one is 10. Okay, flux flow here, so needs to be area here perpendicular. So 10 multiplied by the thickness is 10. Okay, you get the answer, the reluctant. Then you add it because it is in series. Okay, thin and thick, add it, you get the answer. Then the question asks, determine the flux of the core. Okay, the current is 1 and the number of turn is 500. So this one multiplied by this one, you get the magnetomotive force, which is F. Okay, you get F, then you divide by this total reluctance. Okay, you get the flux. Okay, you get the flux. So for the second question, find the current in the coil to produce flux 0.02 Weber. So for this case, just use the same formula, flux equals to F divided by I. Okay, show this here. Okay, flux already given, day one. Reluctance, you use the same one, get the F. Then after you get F, you can get the current. Number of turn is the same, which is 500. You get the current. Okay, that's it. Thanks.